Alright, this time I'm going to plot the insurance claims data using a scatterplot. Now scatterplot requires both something to put on the x-axis and on the y-axis. Insurance claims, number of days, we already know is going to go on the y. So I need to create something that's going to go on the x-axis. And I'm going to try and recreate what we did with the time series plot, where we assume that each one of these data points represents a month and a year. Starting, I believe, in the last one, we started off in, January of 2017, and we ended in April 2020, something like that. Okay, I'm going to get Minitab to create a set of data for me, and I'm just going to call this column date. So before I can go to create my scatter plot, I got to create a set of data, and under the Calc tab you can do that using this thing called Make Pattern Data. Good God, the noise. You can do numbers, you can do text, you can do dates. So I'm choosing the date, and the program wants to know where do we want to store it once it creates it. So I've already created this column called date. And I'm going to start this in January of 2017, and the last value will be April of 2020. I'm going to go by month, so I've got to change the step unit here to month. And I wanted to list each month and year only once, and it's going to repeat that sequence once. Say OK to that, and if I scroll down, it takes me to April of 2020, and my first month is January 2017. Okay, so I got something to go on the Y, I have something to go on the X. We come up to the Graph tab, do a scatter plot. And scatter plots generally, a lot of times when you see them, don't have the dots connected. So let's just do a simple for a moment. And I got my insurance claims data on the x-axis and the dates going on the, insurance going on the y, dates going on the x. Say OK. And although this plot may not look it, it is the same plot as the time series plot, with the exception of the fact that I do not have all these dots connected in the order in which the data were graphed. If I want it to look this way, I'm going to shrink this down for a second. Oh, and by the way, before I shrink it down though, I do see that there's a clump of data right here, and I see another clump down here, and this clump down here is lower than this clump up here. So it's kind of showing me the same thing as the time series. So coming back to the scatter plot, if I say with a connect line, say OK, put in my insurance claims on the Y, date on the X. And now this graph shows me the same as the other one. Unfortunately, however, on my x-axis, it's only showing me year and not the month as well. So in some respects, the time series plot might be better for these data.